Faces.
All right, Andy, you are on.
All right. So Steve, we spoke earlier and you came in on this vehicle because it was the exact equipment that you're looking for. As we discussed earlier, the way that the business has changed and the industry's changed is we can shorten this process up, get you in and out of here a lot quicker. Now it's time to reap the benefits of these new programs and this new way of doing business.
Okay.
First of all, on this new vehicle that you're getting, you're going to get a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty from the manufacturer, as well as a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, covering some of your most expensive repairs that may come up down the road. Additionally, you're going to get a 5-year, 60,000 mile roadside assistance. So, any other additional things that you're carrying on that vehicle, if you have AAA costing you 80, 90 bucks a year, you could pocket that money. Savings before you even looked at the numbers. On top of that, believe it or not, and I spoke about this earlier, no catches, unlimited, free lifetime oil changes and tire rotations that we're going to pay for the duration of the ownership of this vehicle. So I haven't even opened up the paper, and I've saved you somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000. Now, to save you some more time, we're going to go through this, and I'm going to explain exactly what I meant when I talked to you earlier about the new way that the industry has changed and the new way of doing business now that we have the internet and all the buying services and everything out there. The list price. The MSRP of this vehicle is $44,265. We're taking right off the top, as you noticed before you ever got here, $9,400 for a total selling price of only $34,865, which is why you're here. Not to mention the fact that, again, we saved you $2,000 or $3,000 before we ever turn this paper over. As I spoke to you earlier, one of the ways that you can really save money and lower your cost of ownership is by protecting the vehicle for a longer term. Again, the manufacturer gives you a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. You told me you drive about 20,000 miles per year, so what I've done is I've went ahead and covered you on this option, bumper-to-bumper, essentially for 5 years. We're going to have you a couple of dollars in title fees, taxes, license, title, and doc fees, and your sales tax, $2,093. And Steve, the reason that number is only $2,093 is because my used car manager felt so good about your vehicle that he's going to pay you $15,500. Okay, now what did I mean by that's why your taxes are so low? Because by paying you $15,500, we're saving you another, about $1,050 in tax credit. So instead of $15,500, essentially you're getting $16,550 for your vehicle. Again, had you not brought that vehicle to us to buy, your tax would be about $3,150.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just to make a long story short, if you were to just say, hey, Andy, I just want to write you a check, which I know you're not going to do because you're smarter than that. But if you did say, hey, what would it be out the door? $23,916.72. So, Steve, I've put together some options for you on purchasing the vehicle. As we mentioned, you said that you leased before and it just wasn't anything you're concerned with, so
correct.
We'll just leave that out of the equation. So I've got a couple different terms here from 60 to 72 months. Each one of these terms come with a benefit. Let's talk about the benefits of the 60-month. You're going to build equity faster in that vehicle. You're going to have a lot more options to trade that vehicle sooner. And your overall cost of ownership with the interest being lower is going to be less. What does 72 months do for you? It gives you a lower payment. It's going to give you a little bit lower payment right up front. It's going to offer you a little bit more flexibility because you can pay as much as you want and pay that vehicle down sooner. And then I also offered you a 66 months, which gives you the best of both worlds. So you're going to pay less in interest, you're going to have a little bit lower payment, and you're going to create some flexibility in that payment. And you know, we spoke earlier, you had mentioned to me you really weren't wanting to put a lot of money into it, but I did throw a couple different down payment options. Speaking of down payment options, which would you prefer? Go with 0 down, maybe 1,000, 2,000. You can even go up to 4, 5, 6,000, 10,000 down if you want.
I'd do 2,000.
2,000 down. Okay, that's very wise. Again, you're lowering your overall cost. You're lowering your interest. You're building equity quicker. So that being said, and discussing the terms that we just discussed and the benefits, which one of those payments is going to best suit you there, Steve?
Well, Andy, I'd do 60 months, and
Fantastic.
I will do 60 months as soon as you get right on the price. That's asking price. That's the price I saw on the internet. You have
Sure,
discounted
sure.
it all from there.
Understand. And Steve, you know, had we not had that discussion about an hour and a half ago about the pricing structure and how it works, I would agree with you. But in today's market, we discount the vehicle. The difference between today and the last time you bought a car, we discounted the vehicle a week ago before you ever saw the vehicle. So the discount came off to get you to look at that vehicle and to get you to say, hey, wow, that's a pretty attractive offer. I better go down and check that out, which again is what you told me earlier. That's
Right.
why you're here. So again, Steve, which one of those terms is going to best suit you?
Come on. I mean, I understand the discount to get me here, and I appreciate that, but I've never paid a dealer what they were asking for right off the bat in my entire life. I need to feel better.
Yeah. You look like you feel pretty good to me.
Well, I would if you made me feel just a little bit better about that deal by maybe knocking another $600 or $700 off of it.
$600 or $700. Well, Steve, again, you know, going back to, you know, the pricing structure, had I discounted that vehicle another $600 or $700 in the beginning, would you still be asking for another $600 or $700? Or say that vehicle was $600 or $700 higher, would you even be here? You're here for one reason and one reason only, because we have the vehicle you want. In all the vehicles in the market, we had the best price, Steve. Which term works best for you?
I love the 60 months, but you know, there's got to be somebody you can go talk to around here. Come on, it's not my first rodeo.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been through a few rodeos just like I've been through. But Steve, there's no one that I can go to get any more money off that already discounted lowest price out in the market. And again, Steve, let's talk about a couple of other things. I know it sounds like that money is a very important factor for you, as it is with all of us.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about, just real quick, just the cost. You're basically your total cost to own the vehicle, your total investment. So you're buying this vehicle today. You're saving $9,400 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say hypothetically, you could find a dealer that was $600, that would take another $600 bucks. Now, first of all, you're not going to have to get them to come down $600. You're going to have to get them to come down $600 after you get them to come down to the price that we're at. So you may have to get them to come down $2,000. Now, understanding how hard it is to get $600 out of a dealer, and I'm sure you've understood that by now, how hard do you think it is going to get a dealer to come down another $2,000?
Be a bitch.
Not to mention the fact that, you know, you look at today's price. You look at what you're investing in the vehicle today. You're investing the price of the vehicle, the sales tax, title, license fees, any options that we go with. Now let's take a look at what it costs you to own that vehicle. So you're telling me you're driving about 20,000 miles a year. Today's cars, probably somewhere in the average 5,000-6,000 miles for oil changes. As I told you earlier, we're paying for all those. So if you go down the road, you save $600, Steve. Great, you got $600 in your pocket. Again, I don't know that that's feasible or not, but let's say it is. You're going to change your oil every 5,000 miles. You're driving 20,000 miles a year. You're changing your oil four times a year. You're paying about, and I get, like we discussed earlier, the type of oil that these vehicles require in a filter, tire rotation, about $70. So $70 4 times a year, that's $280. Say you own this vehicle 5 years. We've went ahead and covered your vehicle virtually bumper to bumper for 5 years. So you keep that vehicle 5 years, actually what you're going to be spending in oil changes through another dealer that you're not paying for us, through us, is $1,120. So again, hypothetically, let's say that you went down the street to ABC Motors. I'm not going to say the name because we're really not too fond of those people. But you save $600. Now, I don't know what you put that $600 in the bank for 5 years. At today's interest rates, you're going to have about $615 at the end of 5 years. You buy this vehicle from me today at our pre-discounted price, Steve, that $600 is making you $1,100. Which term do you want?
I'll do 60.
Okay, thank you.
Color and dirt.